So good morning, everyone. My name is Faisal Mahak. I'm the founder and CEO of TechCon SoCal. Would like to welcome all of you and really pleased that you're planning to spend your Friday with us. We have lots planned today. We're going to go over in a keynote session in a half an hour. It's an honor to represent and introduce my next two speakers. The first speaker is Eduardo Vasquez. He's the Senior Director of Research and Economic Development at San Diego Regional Economic Development Council, a nonprofit mobilizing business, government, and civic leaders to maximize the region's economic prosperity and global competitiveness through an inclusive economic development framework that is focused on skilled workers, quality jobs, and thriving households. It's an honor for me, and he's going to share what he has in plan for us to continue to drive business and growth in San Diego. Eduardo, thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. So for those of you on the other side of the earth, please feel free to come around so you can see. I do have some slides and some materials that I want to be able to demonstrate visually for all of you. As Faisal mentioned, my name is Eduardo Vasquez. I'm with the San Diego Regional EDC. If you're not familiar with our organization, you're not alone. We are a privately funded, nonprofit economic development organization here in San Diego. We serve the entire county. Our main focus is to make sure that businesses continue to expand and grow within our borders. But increasingly, what that means is a little bit more complex. And so I'll start by talking about the region at a glance. I think one of our biggest assets, one of our biggest strengths here in San Diego is the fact that we're a border economy. So we have the busiest land border crossing in the world. And what that does is it connects 7 million people across the border between San Diego County and Baja California. And it's really a tremendous asset for San Diego as a region and makes us one of the most dynamic economies in the world. We also have the Salton Sea, which if you're from the area, or even if you're not from the area, you may be a little bit familiar with. Maybe you visited it once in the past. It's not a great tourism destination, but it is in fact the world's largest lithium deposit. And that's a massive natural resource that we have here in San Diego that the entire global economy depends on. And so going forward, this is one of the things that we need to figure out as a region how to best utilize it and take advantage of and cultivate an entire value chain of development, not just extracting the lithium, but also building the technology and capabilities off of that resource. All in all, we have a $266 billion economy here in San Diego. And it really speaks to the strength of our region as a whole. I want to focus a little bit on our people. So here in San Diego County specifically, we're a population of 3.3 million people. We're a young, diverse, and highly educated population. We have a working age population that is larger proportionally than the national average. So a lot of people in the workforce. We also have a majority-minority population, meaning there's no one race or ethnicity that makes up a majority in the region. Almost a quarter of our population is foreign-born. That's where a lot of the ideas and innovation and diversity comes from. And we also have a highly educated population. 43% of our population has at least a bachelor's degree, which is higher than the national average and among the top 10 in terms of metropolitan areas across the country. And we're also producing more talent each and every year. So we have almost 270,000 enrolled students across 23 institutions, producing about 18,000 STEM degrees each year. The coveted STEM degree, every employer, regardless of what industry they're in, they want someone with a STEM background, with STEM capabilities. We're producing more female engineers at UC San Diego than anywhere else in the world. So our region is not only already highly educated and with a dynamic workforce, but we're continuously building on that and adding to that population of talented individuals on an annual basis. And that talent base here in San Diego really is our, I think, biggest competitive advantage when we compare ourselves to other regions. And it's what's resulted in a very dynamic economy. Sorry, the slides are a little bit cut off here. We have kind of three major clusters of economic power here in San Diego. The first being the military presence. We have the largest concentration of US military assets in the world. And that has spawned a lot of technological advancement, a lot of commercialization, and a lot of opportunity for the region. We're obviously a massive tourism destination, so we draw a lot of people here. Most businesses that relocate to San Diego or open up a secondary office in San Diego, their first introduction to this market, to this opportunity, is as a visitor. So having 29 million people come through each year is a great opportunity to cultivate new business and new opportunity. And that's led to a lot of accolades and a lot of innovation and a lot of prowess in our region across industry. I'm going to zoom in on a couple of these innovation industries because I think this is what we're all here to talk about throughout the day. Our innovation cluster has a few key industries that I think we're very proud of and quite well known for across the country and across the globe. Life sciences is probably number one. When you think about San Diego, life sciences as an industry, as a cluster of industries, is a real powerhouse here in San Diego. But we're also very strong in software and cybersecurity, some other emerging technologies, satellite communication technologies, clean technology. 1 in 4 firms in San Diego are already engaged with artificial intelligence and machine learning. That means they're either developing and deploying these technologies or they're consuming them and integrating them into their products and service delivery. We are also the second most patent-intensive region in the country. So all of that innovation is coming out of our region and cultivating and promoting these industries across the board. Zeroing in on life sciences, I think one thing that's very important about our life sciences market that's a bit unique, while we might lag Boston and the Bay Area for now in terms of firm concentration and total employment, we have a very unique combination of R&D and manufacturing capability within the life sciences here in San Diego. That's a very unique balance of strength and capability that those two other markets don't possess. And a lot of metrics are indicating that we're about to overtake the Bay Area for the number 2 market in terms of life sciences. Another area of strategic importance is all of these enabling technologies that the global economy is currently competing for. So obviously 5G and satellite communications are critical. AI and machine learning are in there as well. Semiconductor production, all of this is things that San Diego's already doing. So when we talk about the future of innovation with respect to San Diego in the global landscape, I would argue that the future is here and San Diego's at the forefront of it. We have $19 billion in defense contracts. That has doubled in the last half decade or so. 9 different unicorn startups that have just popped up in recent years so far that we're counting. And in 2022 alone, we raised over, almost $5 billion in venture capital. So a lot of investment and a lot of innovation coming from our region across the board. One other area that I want to highlight for everyone is clean technology. Obviously, we are in the midst of a big kind of greening revolution. There's an energy transition movement that's happening across the country. The federal government is pumping billions of dollars into this. The state is putting very aggressive goals and strategies around greening and grid resiliency and the energy transition. And San Diego is a leader in that process. We have a small but fast-growing cluster of clean technology companies and jobs here in San Diego. We've pulled in almost $1 billion of IRA funding from the federal government to promote these technologies and these companies. And all in all, this alone, this small but mighty cluster produces $3.4 billion each year for the region. So clean technology is another area that we will continue to lead on, and I think we'll continue to grow at a rapid pace. Lastly, what I want to highlight is the manufacturing presence. I think San Diego is not thought of as a manufacturing hub, as a manufacturing epicenter, but we are. Where the country and the state have been shedding jobs in manufacturing over the last 5+ years, we've actually been adding manufacturing jobs. And that's because the type of manufacturing that's done here in San Diego is very high tech, very high value. It's medical devices, it's satellite and navigation technology and equipment, it's aerospace. And a lot of these companies don't necessarily view themselves as manufacturers first, but they are manufacturers in fact. And they're doing a lot of that here within San Diego County, and they're also doing a lot of it across the border in Baja and in Tijuana. And so we have a very strong and large manufacturing base of employment here, and they're high-paying jobs. I think that's a very important thing. So, you know, what a generation ago might think of in terms of manufacturing, what that day-to-day would look like, what that pay might look like, that narrative is completely gone. In San Diego, if you go into manufacturing, you can earn a very competitive salary, which is very critical in a high-cost market. And there's a lot of room for growth. And so manufacturing is something that we should all be paying close attention to, and if you didn't know, now you do. So I'll wrap up by just saying that, you know, this talk was prefaced in terms of how we will continue to lead and create innovation into the future. I think we're doing it now. San Diego's at the forefront of innovation. We are producing these technologies. We are cultivating and building the talent, attracting the talent on a regular basis to come here and build these companies and develop these technologies and drive the global economy forward. And there are a lot of assets here in the state and here locally. We're going to hear from a council member that's going to talk about, you know, how local government is here to support these efforts. But there are a lot of resources aimed at, you know, promoting regional innovation, advanced manufacturing, as I mentioned, and this clean energy transition that is very critical to the health of our planet, but also the future of the economy. So these are just a couple of examples of the way our organization, again, we're a nonprofit organization, so if you have a business out there that needs help, whether it's site selection, strategic partnerships with potential vendors or universities, talent acquisition, we're available to support you. All of our services are free of charge to you as a company if you're growing and expanding here in San Diego. And this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the resources that are available to you. Faisal, I don't know if we're gonna have time for questions, but I will invite you all to dive in if you're not already here in San Diego, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ed. As you see, San Diego has been at the center of innovation for the last couple of years, starting to take more active. We have a very supportive local government, and thanks to Marni von Wilpert, our District 5 councilwoman, we'll get to hear how the San Diego government is here to support all startups and innovation as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to San Diego. If you are not from here, I'm very excited to see you. My name is Marni von Wilpert. I'm one of our local elected officials. I am the chair of our Public Safety Committee at City Hall. You may wonder why the chair of Public Safety as at a tech convention, but I will get there. We in local government are very proud to be hosting more and more tech innovation in our region every year. We have some of the most incredible universities, including University of California at San Diego State University, USD. We have incredible grad student programs, which are churning out more and more engineers, software innovators, and tech startups. I had a lovely conversation this morning with a former UCSD grad who started a tech startup at his school and is now gone statewide. We're also very happy that we have more investment coming from major corporations such as Apple. You know, Google bought a 60,000 square foot office space in 2016 here in San Diego, which really set the mark for other tech companies to follow. Apple Corporation has now purchased a 67-acre property in Rancho Bernardo, in my district, up in the north part of San Diego. If anyone here is from Rancho Bernardo, good to see you all, yep. And they have over 1,200 employees already hired and aim to have 5,000 Apple employees in the city of San Diego by 2026. Very excited about this. We've seen more startups with artificial intelligence companies. Over 100 AI companies have come to San Diego, according to Traxon, and we're hoping to utilize them here at our local government and our public-private partnerships. So our city is one of the only cities in California that has a performance and analytics department within our city, because we want to use data to make better decisions. Those of you who are from San Diego know that we in local government are trying our best. We have not always made the best decisions. I promise I'm working on fixing the roads. The potholes are terrible. I drive over them too. I am frustrated. But we're utilizing technology to do better. One of the first things I did when I got elected in 2020 is said, how do we know where the roads are the worst in our city and where they're the best? How are we spending money efficiently? We didn't. I ordered, and finally the mayor and I partnered to get a comprehensive study of our entire 3,000-mile road network from a company that used a truck with lasers to drive over every single lane and tell us where we should be spending our money for the best bang for our buck, to fix the roads in the best way. Because taxpayer money is scarce. In public safety, we're also using incredible technology. We partnered with Motorola to buy some of the most advanced, they're not called walkie-talkies. You can tell I'm not a tech guru. I'm a lawyer. I'm just a deputy city attorney. Emergency radios, and the things that those emergency radios can do can now connect with all sorts of statewide agencies around the state to hook in to bring the most resources we need if we had a wildfire or a flood like we did in January or another mass casualty event. We're working with Axion to build and buy the most revolutionary body cameras for our police officers. We just invested $10 million to buy new taser technology, which will, once activated, activate the body cameras of every single police officer within 30 feet of the incident, without them having to turn them on themselves. The taser technology is also going to be used to de-escalate events because we do not want to see a use of force unless we absolutely have to. We're investing in our smart streetlight technology. We want to make sure we, one, address climate change. How do we get fewer cars off the road? Where are pedestrians most likely to get injured, or where are bicyclists most likely to get injured? We have cameras going onto 500 streetlights now to make sure we take in that data to make our city safer, more walkable, more pedestrian friendly, but also to prevent and solve crimes. We are using Flock's automated license plate reader technology to track license plate. These are all in public view. We have a very strict privacy protection ordinance in here in San Diego to make sure that everyone in the public knows where these devices are. You too can go on the San Diego Police Department website and see where every single smart street light is. We're not hiding anything. It's all public view. However, if we get an Amber Alert that says a young child has been kidnapped in a red Mercedes and it is speeding down this way, every single license plate reader in the city will track for that license plate and find it much faster. We're also using Ubiquia to do our smart streetlight cameras. They are using cameras in high crime areas. Unfortunately, we still have gun violence as a problem plaguing our nation and here in San Diego. But the Ubiquia cameras have helped police find and arrest homicide suspects much quicker than we ever have, and it's reducing unnecessary police stops with folks who don't happen to be the suspect. So we're trying to utilize technology more and more at our city government to make decisions faster, actually have the best bang for taxpayer money. But this is where I need your help. The thing that keeps me up the most at night as a local official is cybersecurity attacks. There have been cities around the country who have been crippled by a breach in cybersecurity. Their 911 systems have gone down. We see hospitals, even here in San Diego, switching to paper records temporarily because a cyber criminal has attacked them and held them ransom. We in San Diego have invested in a cybersecurity regional hub. We got a grant from the Department of Homeland Security because it's also an economic challenge for our small businesses who don't have the departments and the wherewithal to have their own cybersecurity stand-up. So any local business in San Diego can come for free downtown to City Hall. We will load up their digital programs, their digital environment, and create a digital environment for them based on their own software. And our IT security gurus will walk them through their vulnerabilities and teach them how to protect their businesses. We are the only big city in the nation doing this. But we cannot do it alone. You are all the innovators and the entrepreneurs and the people who with the most intelligence, and we at San Diego want to partner with you. We would love to have more government contracts to our local businesses and tech innovators to help keep San Diego the safest big city in the nation and the best tech hub in the nation. So please welcome, enjoy our beautiful beaches. I know it's a little gray, it'll burn off, I promise. But we would love to have more people move to San Diego to start tech hubs. We have an incredible city. It's so vibrant. The Mexican border is an incredible resource for us. There's 600 factories just on the other side of the border where we're doing cross-nation manufacturing for technology. So enjoy this beautiful day. Thank you for having me, but know that your local government here in San Diego supports tech and supports your work. So thank you.